We in the government of Karnataka have organized this South-South Knowledge Exchange program on climate smart agriculture involving 5 African countries, and I am very happy to have organized this program along with the World Bank. I hope the delegates from these countries have a lot of learnings and some improvement can happen on this count in their countries.
Basically, the challenge of climate change has made it in such a way that actually Africa attaining food security is getting more and more complicated. India is incredible in what it has done, over the last couple of decades, and we are trying to see how this is linked to the policy unit in Africa moving forward, such that actually, there's some kind of more systematic, and institutionalized knowledge exchange between Africa and India.
Climate change will always have a negative impact in relative terms. The relative terms means that those continents which already are suffering from higher temperature and lower average rainfall and shorter durations of rainfall seasons are bound to be impacted much more than those continents who do not have these kind of patterns.
When it comes to drought, it presses us on the wall. When it comes to floods, we are also affected. Whatever we have produced, when rain comes, it takes everything away. So we want to learn from you. How are you managing this? How can we sustain what we have done? We really commit ourselves that whatever we learn here, we are going to implement.
And we have the same problems that the African countries are facing today. We are taking steps not only in research but also in the practical implementation side, so that we can face these challenges again and again as they come without our population being affected much.
Farmers in Tanzania depends on rainfed for the crop cultivations. So there is this flooding, even the drought, and unpredictable rainfall. So it makes them to be not adequately for cultivating the crops.
How do we increase productivity within changing climate, within the precarious ecosystems which we find ourselves in Kenya? And within this watershed management is very critical.
Farmers facing in Ethiopia a lot of challenges due to climate change, such as drought. Also, uneven distribution of rainfall is one of the major challenges which reduce productivity. We are working on scaling up of climate smart agriculture, but still we are struggling with food security.
Climate smart. We have some countries with the same problems what we got there. We need to learn with them and to take the experience from these countries to our country.
Yes, what is special for me is the welcome that they showed us. I think it's very memorable.
First thing that I've learned from this visit is how the government of India has strength in the institutional linkages. The memorable aspect that I really need to take away is the irrigation aspect. Every field that I traveled in, I was seeing an irrigation equipment in a farmer's land. In regards to the digital aspect in agriculture, as well as mechanization, we would really implement what we've learned.
The other thing I found quite useful is the issue of PPP, the public-private partnership. I find it's working here with a lot of support from the government and also support from the NGOs. That kind of collaboration and integration is a good thing, and I think that one would work in the country, and especially when you start collaborating in terms of machineries, that will help our farmers to moving ahead. I've liked the idea of integrating all institutions and them working hand to hand together with the stakeholders and the community.
During my knowledge exchange, I acquired a lot of knowledge to overcome the problem of drought. The first thing is watershed management. Second one is to ensure food security in one country, scaling up of the climate smart agriculture. The other one is digital agriculture, the most useful thing is, and which makes our life very easy for farming systems.
You know, here there is a very strong coordination between the government, the private sectors, the NGOs, and even the farmers themselves. They are really very advanced with the technologies. Where we are going to Tanzania, I think we have to really strengthen our coordination so that we can work together, and also to increase awareness, to train our farmers to be really committed with the agricultural activities.
I think I learned many things, and I saw also what they're doing about climatic smarts, especially on water, how they use the water, how they use the land, and how the farmers sell the production.
My most memorable was to see the outcome of watershed management, saturated treatment of a watershed. What I see in Kenya and other countries, we do a little bit of here. We do a check dam, but we don't address the watershed, the full watershed. It doesn't help a lot. So to me, that is the key highlight. How to bring this science into bear in terms of full saturated approach. And that is what we're going to take home.